A family living in a trailer in an open field. No sanitation, no water. They from Amarillo pulled cotton bolls near Amarillo, picked cotton near Roswell, New Mexico, and in Arizona. They plan to return to Amarillo at close of cotton picking season for work on Works Projects Administration. Regroove your smooth tires. A vintage ad from the 1960s. Originally color photo of Moulin Rouge, Paris, 1914. World's Fair, 1964. A colorized shot of London during the Point 1930s. The daily grind of life in London in the Point 1930s. The Sisters of Black Wall Street, Tulsa in 1906. Louisiana, 1940. Aunt Jemima's Pancake House was a restaurant that began at Disneyland in Anaheim, California, in 1955. It was located on New Orleans Street in Frontierland and featured indoor and outdoor patio seating. The restaurant served mainly breakfast foods until 1962, when it was renamed Aunt Jemima's Kitchen with an expanded menu. A man staring out the hotel window that was made famous by the 1976 movie Taxi Driver, starring Jodie Foster and Robert De Niro at 202 East 13th Street, near 3rd Avenue, East Village, New York City in the 1980s. Photo by Susan Finson. Skidding yellow pine logs by team, Navajo Sawmill via Fort Defiance, Arizona, 1938. Barbra Streisand singing to her son, Jason, 1967. Citadel, Carlisle, England, 1890s. Nine women pose with an automobile at Rock Creek Park, Washington, D.C., 1924. Iron workers pose for a photo atop the North Tower of the World Trade Center, 1973. Cars that never left the Giants Stadium commuter lot after September 11th. On this day, we remember the lives lost and the heroes who emerged from the tragedy of September 11th, 2001, a day that forever changed the world. The Apollo 11 mission, the first manned lunar mission, launched from the Kennedy Space Center, Florida via the Saturn V launch vehicle on July 16, 1969, and safely returned to Earth on July 24, 1969. The Saturn V vehicle was developed by the Marshall Space Flight Center, MSFC, under the direction of Dr. Wernher von Braun. Aboard were astronauts Neil A. Armstrong, Commander, Michael Collins, Clark Gable, Myrna Loy, Spencer Tracy. Original rare 1938 candid MGM photo. Old Heidelberg, Chicago, 1958. Janis Joplin purchased a Porsche secondhand in 1968, and Big Brother and the holding company roadie Dave Richards painted the iconic History of the Universe mural, which features images of the band members among butterflies and jellyfish. Joplin owned the vehicle until her death in October 1970. In 2015, at a Sotheby's car auction in New York, it sold for $1.76 million. Nikola Tesla registered more than 700 patents in 35 countries of the world, and many of those inventions brought progress and prosperity to mankind. However, Tesla, when he died in New York, was penniless, and if he wanted money, he would be one of the richest in the world. Before smartphones and social media, this was our crew, our wheels, and our world. 1926. 1905. Nestled deep in the Appalachian Mountains, Lots Creek winds its way through a landscape both rugged and beautiful. It is along this creek that generations of rural mountain families have carved out a life, their homes perched on the hillsides, their lives intertwined with the rhythm of the land. A photo taken during a study of these families reveals a world that seems untouched by time, a place where tradition and survival go hand in hand. The Eastern Columbia Building, also known as the Eastern Columbia Lofts, is a 13-story Art Deco building designed by Claude Bielman located at 849 S. Broadway in the Broadway Theater District of downtown Los Angeles. It opened on September 12, 1930, after just 9 months of construction. A Chachapoya mummy dating between the 9th and 15th century, found in the Laguna de los Condors, currently in the Museum of Lambamba, Peru. Laguna de las Momias, Lagoon of the Mummies, also known as Laguna de los Condors, is an archaeological site located in Lambamba, in the province of Chachapoyas in the Amazonas region of Peru, excavated by the archaeologist Federico Kaufmann-Doig. The site is called Laguna de las Momias because of the findings of the mummy there. Burt Lancaster, Gina Lollobrigida, Tony Curtis, Trapeze 1956. A 1897 portrait of Her Imperial Highness, Grand Duchess Elizabeth, Ella Fyodorovna, a cousin, sister-in-law and aunt by marriage of the last Russian Tsar, Nicholas IL, in all her splendor, covered with a magnificent emerald parure and diamonds, along with her dame d'honneur, Ekaterina Kozlianova, Kitty. The two Kashmir giants posing with the American photographer James Rickalton, 1903. Marian Anderson, 1397 to 1993. Though she's considered one of the greatest contralto singers in the world, Anderson was often denied the opportunity to show off her unique vocal range because of her race. However, in 1955, she became the first African American to perform at the Metropolitan Opera, and in 1957, she went on a 12-nation tour sponsored by the Department of State and the American National Theatre and Academy. Martin Scorsese and his mother, Joe Pesci, Ray Liotta, and Robert De Niro on set of Goodfellas, 1990. Brooklyn Bridge and Twin Towers of World Trade Center at night. Lower Manhattan, New York 2000. Fayette County, Indiana, 1900. The Marvelettes, Please Mr. Postman. 1961. Beechnut Chewing Gum Girl Making a Sale, Harlem, 1940s. Grocery shopping at Safeway in 1965.